G'day everyone. I feel like saying this is where I'm going to talk and you're going to listen, but that sounds too much like a friend of mine who lives in Northern California, but it is what it is. It's been a bloody great night, to be brutally honest. It was a little bit windy to start with, and probably a wee bit cold, a tad chilly, as I say. But we got the fire going and had some dinner and had a scotch, and that kind of warmed me up a bit. And after dinner, as it sort of slowly started getting dark, I threw some music on, up as loud as the damn thing will go, and stood there resting up against the car on the bonnet for probably a good 2 hours, and just watched the sky, watched the clouds, watched the moon, and saw one satellite, but that's alright, it wasn't really about that tonight. And then the clouds started getting sort of more solid, and I thought, it's going to rain soon. And eventually felt a few spots on my face and hitting the car. And I thought, yep, enough of this. So I went inside the camp and looked up on YouTube, because I do get sort of a signal here, and found the old movie City Slickers, which is quite apt really because of where I am. And I mean, I'm no farmer, I never have been, but God, it's just so incredible right now. Just being out here. And so I sat there watching it, and next thing, the rain just got stronger and stronger, and to the point where it was absolutely pouring down. And to be wonderfully honest, I was as warm as anything with the fire going and the movie going. And the movie finished. And so I thought, you know what, do I go to bed? Nah, I might just pull my chair out and sit and watch the universe float by, which is exactly what I'm doing right now. Yes, I have a video going, but that's okay. So here I sit. I'm quite warm. I guess I'm 54 years old and sitting on a camp chair out bush, and that's my view. I wish you could see the stars. Not that there's that many, because the moon is quite full at the moment. That's the smoke going across from the fire. It's been a glorious night. Seriously, it really has. It's been enjoyable. I've listened to some bloody good music. I've got about 3,500 songs on my phone that I Bluetooth to a speaker. And there is a few groups out here at the moment. I suppose over in that direction there's one group who's got motorbikes, and there's another group over that side, probably around about 2 or 3 k's away, and they've got motorbikes. You can actually hear them during the day, but they don't come anywhere near where I am, and they probably have absolutely zero idea that I'm out here, and that's the way I kind of like it. I love this time of the night. I really do. It's about 9 o'clock at night. It's a pity the moon's so full. Because, yeah, just sitting here watching something that makes you feel so irrevocably small. Um, and you really do feel it out here. You just feel so tiny in comparison to everything that's kind of looking down at you. You get a real sense of, I suppose you belong, but it's like an ant wandering in a paddock that you've never walked before. It's there. It knows it's there, but nothing else does. And that's kind of how you feel when you come out here. You feel all those things that you worry about when you're at home, when you're at work. Everything that seems incredibly important just doesn't seem that way out here. It really puts you in your place, and it makes you realise, I suppose, that there are bigger things out there than what you are and what the world is. All those things that can give some people nightmares and other people worries, and they just don't seem as important. In fact, they're really not. We just build them into something they're probably not. Something that's happening 3/4 of a world away, and we're worried about it. I mean, when you come out here, nothing's worried about it. It really couldn't give a hoot. And it makes you sort of think about a lot of things. I suppose it makes you question your own life. It makes you question every decision you've made, because there's nothing out here that is judging you. Like, not a damn thing is judging you for what you are and who you are and what you've become or what you're going to be or anything. It really doesn't care. As long as you're not bugging it, it won't bug you. Simple as that. And it really does come down to the very simplistic parts of humanity to a certain extent. Am I warm? Yes. Do I have shelter from the rain? Yes. Have I got a bed to sleep in? Yes. Have I got food to eat? Yes. And really, that's all you need. You don't need anything else. Just the very, very simplistic parts of what makes us human. It's incredibly pretty out here too. I mean, even after the rain, all the trees are, sparkling in the moonlight. I can't show it because you'd never be able to see it unless you were here. I'm looking at a bush and it's like little stars all over the bush. And it's that bush right there. It's incredible. It's incredibly pretty to a certain extent because it's mirroring the very sky above it. And it's all being done by moonlight. I mean, the very fact that you can actually see anything at all is simply because it's a full moon tonight. And this paddock is lit up, as you can see. There's no light. I don't have any light on. That is just all because it's a full moon tonight. It's It's staggering how beautiful it can be out here. You know, most people come out here and go, "Oh, it's boring," um, but once you've been out here a few times, you start to see beyond what's there. You start to see the little things, and you take pleasure in it. It's incredible out here. It really is. I absolutely adore it. I just, it makes it bloody hard to go home sometimes, seriously, even though it's been raining and, it's been windy and it's been cold and, um, it's, it makes up its character, it's, you can't have it absolutely 100% perfect all the time. But to see it like this, I mean, there's a lot of people that go camping, but they go camping when it's 25 degrees Celsius. It's, just absolutely perfect, glorious weather. But they never see the other sides of it, and there's beauty in all of it. Even the cloud formations, the moon coming through the cloud, the droplets of water that are landing on the roof at the moment, just it's just incredible. And it's all put out there for anyone who actually takes the time to go and see it. There's an incredible amount of beauty in this planet. Just staggering beauty. And we're stuck in front of our phones or TVs or anything, anything that's, I don't know. I really, but you don't appreciate it until you've done it, and I just feel so impossibly relaxed at the moment. It's like, damn, I could live out here without any problems at all. I'm just, I don't know. I've always said I should have been a bloody poet because sometimes you just can't describe what you're looking at well enough for people to actually get a vision in their head. It's, and it's why I appreciate people who can write books or write music and do it seemingly so effortlessly, he says as he struggles to talk, because they're able to put in words what most people can't. They can describe things, and I'm not talking about 50 Shades of Welding. You know, it's, and I still laugh about that. They're able to put in words a scene that becomes so visible to the reader's mind that they're actually there. It's like they're standing in a corner watching it happen. And I just, it's not something I've ever been able to do. I can't, because you start thinking that you've got to describe every little detail, and you don't. You've just got to give the reader a vision of what they're seeing, because most people will walk into the room and not see the little details. So what's the point in describing them? But out here, it's the little things that you see, and it just gives such an impact on the whole experience. And I've seen this place at its absolute best, and I've seen it at its absolute worst. and I love every second of it. It's incredible. Just watching the clouds move across the sky, watching the Southern Cross right there, and then Scorpio, which is somewhere up there. There's the moon. Doesn't get better than this. And if this is as good as life's ever going to get, you got to be pretty damn happy about that. Seriously. Oh my God. This is incredible. Just absolutely love this place. You love it, you respect it, you take care of it. You know, you don't do dumb things. And you miss it when you're not here. And the only thing you can think about when you get home is the next time you're going to be here. And it's like I said to you, like I've said to a few people, you know, it's one of those things that it becomes a part of you. It becomes so deeply ingrained in you. And as much as I don't have kids, I don't have a girlfriend, I don't have a wife, but damn, I would fight for this place. And I don't even own it. I would easily go up and tell someone stop doing that because you're freaking wrecking it. You know, it's just, I don't know. It's a freaking privilege to be here. Just an absolute goddamn privilege. And yeah, I wish I could bring people out here to see it, but, you know, I know they wouldn't feel the same. Because this is a lifetime. For me, this is a lifetime of coming out here. This isn't just a few weekends that you guys have seen. This is, shit, the first time I came out here, I was in nappies or diapers. And I've been coming ever since. And it's just far out. I don't know. Can you fall in love with the place? Can you? I don't know. Maybe you can. Maybe you can. But you know, you get that first experience and it's like, man, that place was so cool. And then you come back and you come back. And 50 years later, you're still coming back. Is it an addiction? No, it's not an addiction. It's a yearning. I mean, I remember when I went to Queensland, the only place I could think about was here. There's not a single place on this planet. Well, not that I've been to a lot of places on this planet, but there's not a single place that I've been into Australia that I would honestly say I would go back there again. And again, and again, and again. You know, but this place calls to you. Like, seriously. I don't know how to explain it, but it calls to me. Which is weird even saying it out loud, but it just does. You know, I don't know. I'm probably rambling. You're probably bored as. I doubt anyone will actually listen to this whole damn video. I don't care. I've got the whole universe looking at me. I've got the clouds slowly floating by. I've got a fire next to me keeping me wonderfully warm. Yeah. If this is as good as it gets, I'm pretty damn happy. I'll catch you guys later.